Okay, welcome to stage 4, ecological succession and disturbances. Okay, succession comes up quite a bit on tests. So when we're looking at disturbances which causes succession, we'll get into that in a moment here. But you can see here we have natural disturbances. So obviously we're not setting off volcanoes, or are we? Get that, okay? Anyhow, so volcanoes erupt, we have flooding, and so these things will disturb the natural, organisms in the area. It'll drive them out or kill them or just completely relocate them, I guess you could say. So we have natural disturbances, and we also, here's another one, obviously tornadoes and hurricanes. These will basically harm the ecosystem, harm the environment, harm the organisms. Okay, then we got human caused. So we got human caused disturbances. So obviously clear cutting forests, this has a natural impact, as you can see. I don't even need to elaborate on that one. So we have strip mining. So this is, I believe this is the tar sands. So this is what it looks like after humans have dug it all up. Not very pleasant. And then here is actually, this is a picture taken from my hometown in Minnesota, where it's the largest open pit iron ore mine in the world that's still operating. So anyhow, you can see where obviously it's, no, the plant life is pretty sparse. So you have some plants starting to grow here because they aren't mining there anymore. But these are human disturbances. Okay, so that brings us to primary succession, secondary succession. So primary is the first stage, secondary is more or less the second stage. So in primary, you start with bare rock. This is, something scrapes it all away. So it can be mudslides, landslides, volcanoes, glaciers. Glaciers are like big ice bulldozers. So then once glaciers have cleared off anything that could be living, or volcanoes, new lava, okay, eventually some simple pioneer species will emerge. So you will have lichens, which are half algae, half fungus. So the fungus will basically dissolve the rocks to create some minerals, and the algae will be photosynthetic. So you can see this progression here. We go from bare rock up to really, we got grassy weeds, we got very small plants, okay? So this is the first line here. So primary is just going from nothing to relatively simple plants. Secondary is when it becomes a fully functioning complex ecosystem. So this will be as diverse as it can be according to whatever biome it's in. So you're going to have your full growth, you'll end up with your full growth forests, or whatever, the maximum capacity is for that biome. Okay, so primary, rock to basic plants, secondary, basic plants to advanced forests is where we're going with that. Okay, so this is another diagram that will show you what it is. Now the first plant, so you get a fire that goes through and burns out all the plants. So the first plants to reappear are called pioneer species, because just like human pioneers, they were the first in the area. So then you got your intermediate, so that's in the middle, and then the climax community is the peak of like what the ecosystem can bear. So if it can support trees, that's great. If it can support shrubs, cacti, whatever the maximum plant species is. So you look at the time it takes. So here we got your annual plants will emerge in 1 to 2 years, but then your climax community can be over 150 years. So that's why these severe fires like we're having in California can take a long time to heal. So it can be a long time before they come back in the forest shape that they were in. Okay, here's another diagram that shows, you've got the end of your primary succession, and now you got your secondary succession that is basically starting right about in here and moving forward. So this is your climax community right in here. That's where it ends up naturally, short of, another disaster, human or natural, that starts the process over. Okay, I remember those times. All right, so thank you for listening for the end of that stage.